So today in class we discuss the wonderful world of space and how it plays a crucial part in our composition. And so to challenge you with this concept of space, we're going to be creating something with a scrambled image. To start off this assignment, you're going to need a grid. If you have a printer, I suggest printing out the grid provided for you in Google Classroom. If you don't, you can make your own grid, okay? This grid is 8 boxes across by 10 boxes down, and each square is an exact inch, an inch by an inch. If you have a ruler, this will make your life a lot easier. You can use a ruler to space everything out. If you don't have a ruler, you can use a straight edge of a book, and you can try to use maybe a unit of measurement we've done before, where let's say this is about an inch. I'll measure each box with the edge of my pencil. That's some tips there for you. Your grid is going to be really important that it's as even as possible. If it's not, it's really going to affect your final image, okay? Just a heads up. Once you have your grid, you're going to make a choice. There have been 3 options provided for you, going from maybe the easiest to what I would say is the most challenging, and one right in the middle. And they're labeled 1, 2, and 3, and they're available to you on Google Classroom. So you're going to choose one, and you should have that one up on your screen the entire time you're working so you can really get the details down. Now, it's really about matching the grid to the images provided. So for example, if I know I'm going to start at B1, that's the first thing I kind of see, I'm going to look for B1 on the grid I have, and I'm going to look for B1 and what the image looks like. And I'm going to see where it kind of goes in that box, right? I put little images, little lines being like, okay, well, it's about 3/4 of B1 on the bottom, and it's really low. So I'm going to put 2 little marks, kind of keeping me in the area I need to fill in, right? I like to do like an outline first. I feel like it helps me. So I wouldn't fill it in right away. I'd kind of be like, okay, this is the top of my shape. This is where it ends, and the curve is slightly rounded. And I would kind of outline it, make sure I'm happy with it. Once I'm kind of happy with my overall little shape, I'm going to fill it in. Then I'm going to repeat this for each one of the boxes provided in the example. As I build these things, I'm going to see my picture come to life if I'm following it correctly. So I'm going to show you in Photoshop, just again, because that's the only thing that you can kind of see my screen. I have my grid here, and I have my images I'm kind of replicating. So if I was to start this, I would make sure first this is all even, right? Second, I would really look at the breakdown. So I'm going to zoom in on this guy over here because I want to see the exactness of this figure. And then I'm going to look on this one and look for D3. So D's here, 3's over here. I'm going to zoom in right to that box, D3. Now, if I look at this, I'm going to say that this line here goes really close to the edge of D3, so I can kind of emulate something in the same location. Now once I'm happy with my form, I'm going to zoom out, and that's my first square or box done. Then I'm going to move on to the next one. On this image, I'm going to look and be like, okay, A5. I'm going to go over to A5, and I'm going to repeat the same technique. And so slowly but surely, you're going to build an image. I don't want to give away too much of what this is. I'm sure some of you can probably guess if you look close enough. But again, it takes a lot of patience and being precise about where your image on your grid starts and ends. So really think about how much space it's taking up. And space is our focus today, right? And so this is only taking up 1/4 of the box. I'm going to make sure it takes up 1/4 of my little square here as well. So patience, making sure you're really paying attention to each denotation of the box, so D3, 1, B1, things like that. And did I say patience already? When you are done with your final product, you are going to submit that to us through Google Classroom. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. Good luck.